everybody? It's your travel agent David, and today we are at the Tanana Valley State Fairgrounds in Fairbanks, Alaska for the International Ice Carving Competition. This competition starts every February and ends March 31st. Try not to get here too late to the end of March because you might just have a bunch of melted ice sculptures, but we're going to go check this out. It's one of the favorite things we love to do when we lived here in Fairbanks, so let's find some joy that we can share together. So just checked in. If you're military, you do get a discount as well. They're open till 10 o'clock tonight. They do have karaoke from 8:30 to 9:30. And if you want to come during the day to look at the sculptures and then come back at night, they give you a little stamp on your hand and you can come in and out as much as you want to. Oh look, we can play cornhole. Oh, it's frozen. Okay, in my defense, the bags are frozen, so they're a little bit heavier, and the ice is slippery, so they slide. Nice. Well, he's almost got a hole in one. Almost. What is this?
What is it supposed to be?
I have no clue. I don't know. I can't take Houston anywhere. David's 0 for 2 on sleds. Or slides, I should say, because she doesn't have a sled. But she does have a headache from a big old buffalo ice sculpture. This was a single block entry by a Russian by the name of Simon Lukyanov. Unfortunately, it's starting to get warm out here and the tail broke off. That's pretty cool. Looks like a leopard or a cheetah maybe. So this was a single block competition under the novice level. It's called H2O by Brianna Fuentes of Oregon.
First place.
And we're from Texas. Got hook 'em horns. Oregon is in the house. So Ethan Quach of Oregon did Weird Bird. He got second place in the novice competition. This was another novice entry, and again, someone from Oregon, Jenna Hill, and it's called the Pearl. So I guess the mermaid is holding the pearl. This is another novice competition. It's called She Thinks My Tractor's Sexy by Caleb Hunter of, guess where? Oregon. This piece is another novice competition entry, and it got third place. It is called The Struggle by Jason Sherrill of no place other than Oregon. So this is a double block classic competition. It was done by Sun Hongying of China and Wang Zolong of China and Yin Li of China. Doesn't have, oh, it's called The Ancient Charm of a Woman on Horseback. This is a single block classic competition. It's called Bust a Move by Steve Dean of, guess where? Alaska, not Oregon. Well, this is called Scourge of Giga by Steve Dean of Alaska, who's the team captain. It's multi-block classic. Amanda O'Neill, Jordan Anderson, both of Alaska, and Nick Bibley of Washington. Really cool. This one right here is a double block, but it was called Touche, but it's was too hot and fell apart. This was a single block competition. It's called Louisiana Smoke Show by Abby Peterson of Kentucky. It's amazing, all of this detail, right? And they make them right here with their little tools and everything. And if you notice, there are several of these sculptures that are done by the same people, which means that they have to do these things fast because they've got multiple to do in their little period of time. Now, they give each section or category their own specific time, so they can move from one to the other. But I mean, like this one right here, it had to have taken numerous hours. I just showed how many hours it took. But this is probably days worth of work right here, just for that level of detail. See what I mean? The intricacy in these sculptures are just so insane. It's phenomenal. This one was called Rocket Ride by Dean Damaris of Texas. What's up, Texas in the house? Kevin Roscoe of Washington, Lenny Calvin of New York, and Daniel Helmstetter of Washington. All right, before I tell you what this is called, I'm going to tell you what I thought when I look at the rock group. And I assumed that was a leopard, so I was assuming it was going to be Def Leopard, but it's called Welcome to the Jungle. Welcome to the jungle. I'll stop now. So which one of those was your favorite? I really liked Welcome to the Jungle and then that three-headed dragon. I like the buffalo. There's just a lot of them that I liked. What was your favorite?
Dragon. I like the leopard. I thought it was a cheetah at first. Then
Cheetah.
the spaceman.
Yeah,
That was cool.
that big spaceman was pretty cool too. Woo.
Excited in my head. Should be about that.
Yeah, that was really cool. What did you think? Put in the comments what you liked. Now we're gonna come back here at night, but as you can see in my videos, the lights are flickering. So I'm just gonna take still photos and put a montage together of the still photos, and that way you can see them at night as well. So do me a favor, please make sure you hit that like and subscribe button for me. It really helped me out. And really, I'm interested in what your favorite is. So if you could put in the comments what your favorite was, just take the 5 seconds to do those two things. It really, really helped me out. I appreciate you. And as always, I'll see you next time on our next trip.